Hi, my name is Ruth Anstaria Bahr, and I am with Angelic Vortexes of Long Island. I am here tonight to do this video to make people aware and to understand what an angelic vortex is. An angelic vortex is an energy pocket that is natural or can be set up by groups of people. In my case, I am with a group called Angelic Vortexes Activation Team Starling. And our basic job is to set up these vortexes on Long Island. I started this mission on January 1st, 2017. My guides, my Ascended Masters, called me to start this mission. When you think you're done, well, surprise! There you go. We need you to open up some vortexes and help our planet rise to another level. And I said, sure, no problem, let's go do this. But let me tell you, my first experience, however, was back in January 1st, 1991, believe it or not, when I started with a group called Starborn. And they had set up a vortex called Wheels Within Wheels in Central Park. There were many of us in the park opening up this vortex. It brought in the angelic energies from above into the planet, creating a lot of interesting events that came along with it. It also awoke in a lot of other people. The indigos and the crystallines started to appear, and there is so much more that I could go into, but the list goes on and on. However, today, in the present here and now, Angelic Vortex Activation Team Starling is on Long Island, and we're doing this to, like I said, once again, help raise our planet to a higher vibration. What happens with these vortexes? The energy creates a grid, and this grid basically sends the energy up into the universe from the whole planet throughout the whole entire United States, and it connects with all those other like grids out there, creating a very powerful energy grid, helping raise our planet to a higher vibration. There are about over 200 vortexes that I am aware of, probably more, too many to count, but they're all over the United States and the world. It all pretty much started on August 8th, 1988, which was called the 888, which was the beginning of energies, angelic energies coming into the world. They might have been coming into the universe a lot more before that, but this is the first time that I became aware of it, and that's when Starborn started to come around. However, basically, let's see what other questions would, well, again, I said what an angelic vortex is. Another question that I often get is who maintains these vortexes? These vortexes are maintained by the Ascended Masters. If we were to maintain these vortexes, well, we would be so exhausted. Plus, there is so much other spiritual work that we have to do to help raise our planet to a higher vibration. So that's why we are thankful and happy and blessed that the Ascended Masters and the angels come and take care of all this. Let's see. The other question is, can anyone create these vortexes? I won't say anyone can create these vortexes. Like I said, there are vortexes that are natural, like the ones in Sedona, Arizona. There are a few natural ones out there, and then, of course, there's some that have been created by man alone. Vortexes, however, have been around on the planet for many, many years. It's just a matter how, the elements and nature and, flows throughout the universe. And it's just been a very long and incredible journey to do this. Let's see. I do have a website. Well, I'm actually working on getting a website, but right now you can find me on Angelic Vortexes of Long Island on Facebook. And then, of course, you can contact me on my own personal Facebook page. And that's Ruth Anstaria Bahr. I just want everyone to know that we are out there and we are there to help. And getting to the question that I kind of jumped around is, can anyone do vortexes? Well, actually, this kind of work, angelic vortex work, is a calling. And when it comes up in conversation, you will actually know it from the beginning that you are meant to do this kind of work. It's kind of like, well, two examples. There are two girls that I just started working with, Joanna and Stephanie. And they are from group called the Gathering of Light, and they're a group of metaphysical people, also known as an interspiritual faith community, where we are very open to all the different faiths, and we have all walks of life that are with the light of God that come through there. Well, when I actually told these girls, when I met Joanna at one of the services, I told her about the vortex work I was doing. She jumped right on it and said, "Oh, this is meant for me to do," and that she told me she was on an accelerated path. And I said, "Fine, let's go ahead and do this." And she mentioned to me that she had felt a calling or a pull to a couple of sites, and she wanted me to come check it out with her. And we actually did set up her very first vortex a couple of weeks ago over in Babylon. I actually just set up a vortex in Oceanside over at the Marine Study area and Wildlife Sanctuary. And that vortex specifically has the intention to protect the area. That's the other thing I wanted to cover about vortexes. When we set up these vortexes, these activation teams, we put intentions into these vortexes, and when an intention is put into a vortex, it makes things happen a lot faster. And it's amazing how things accelerate so quickly. I was told by my guides all together that I am to set up at least 33 vortexes. I have already set up 32 vortexes alone on Long Island. I didn't do it alone. I've had a lot of help from a few people. I now have a co-helper, and his name is Michael Howes, and he's just started getting involved. He came to one of my vortexes a while ago, and he began to realize that this was the path for him, and many things that he does in his kind of work kind of aligned with what I do. So we became we work as co-partners in setting up these vortexes, and we have a wonderful time doing them. And like I said, it's there to help. All these vortexes have done many things. A lot of people say to me, "Can we see the vortex?" Well, there are those that can see the vortex, but you have to be sensitive. A lot of them are strong feeling vortexes. I see them all the time. If you know how to see auras and you look in the right direction, you can see a vortex rising from the surface, from the earth. And it just, you can see it. To me, when I see a vortex, it vibrates incredibly strong like this. I see this gorgeous white light that just vibrates and starts to spin around like a fountain. Just visualize that, a white light spinning like a fountain, and how beautiful that is. And that to me is what I consider a vortex. I have found a few other vortexes that were already activated years before I even started doing this work. There's one at the cloisters that was set up a while back, and then there's another one up at the cloisters, further up near the fort, I believe, or to the higher point of the cloisters, I think it is. And it's just, you can just feel it when you walk in. It's just like this, for me, it's like a strong sense of peace. I tell you what I can feel, but you have to know your own feeling when it comes down to it. And before I sign off, I just want to wish you all the best, and I just want you to know that the Activation Vortex team, Starling, is out there helping you, and I hope that in the future, whoever sees this video, if you feel the calling, that you do contact me at my Angelic Vortexes of Long Island page or my personal Facebook page, Ruth Anstaria Bahr. In the meantime, I wish you all a pleasant evening and wonderful blessings, and may the angels guide your way. Take care and have a pleasant day and night. Thank you. And thank you for listening. Goodbye.